Welcome to the Daily Squeeze. Oops, where am I? The Daily Squeeze, take 151. It's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday! So what's in store for us today? This smooth thingy is just not, anyway, I'm sure you guys can see me. There's enough of me there. So it's Tuesday. Are you feeling refreshed? Are you feeling up to the challenge today? What is your challenge today? What are you striving for? I've been thinking a lot about how I wanted to structure this chat, and I guess the biggest thing for me, it comes back to a story with Morph. So as you know, we adopted Morph when we moved into this house. So we bought the house, moved in, and on the same day, I thought it was a great idea to have both boys, so the dogs, meet at the fence, because as you know, there's no door to the property because Morph has locked us out lately. So have both of, oh, what is going on with this thing? Why can't I just be in the center? I want to be the center of attention. All right, so it's so blinding. Ooh, where am I going? Where am I going? I'm over here. Oh, it's moving by itself now. Oh, that's interesting. Back to my story, Kelly. So when we got Morph, Morph and Buddy had met before. They met outside of Yaps. So where Morph was what I call stationed for adoption. He was always with the different puppies, and he was fed alone, but he mainly spent a lot of time at Yeps with all these different puppies. So they played a lot, and they just were able to have free reign of whatever pen they were in. I didn't do that. Did not do that one either. So when Bud and Morph met, they were outside and they were hanging out, and they got along well. Morph's obviously very playful compared to Buddy. Buddy didn't grow up with other puppers. And Morph has always been able to leap and bound on the things and stuff in the pen and chew it. So, I guess what brought me to this chat today was Morph and Bud. We had them outside of the house. The gate was closed. They met. We opened the gate. We let them off leads, and they were able to come into the house together and start their journey here and not know any different here. So Bud's always been here with Morph. Morph's always been here with Bud. Yes, we brought Bud, but Morph doesn't know that Bud wasn't around before, and you know, all that fun stuff. So our little family came to be here. Nice little family of 5. Whoever would think, would have thought. My coffee's right here. I haven't even taken a sip yet. So then we are our cute little family of 5. Bud knows exactly what to do. He knows his routines. He knows how to act. He's such a gentle little gentleman, a gentle pup. And he's smart as anything. And he just started kind of looking at us like, what are you guys doing? Like this is bullshit, pretty much. As this puppy, who was, I think when we got them, they were just as big, if not Morph was just a tad bit bigger. And Bud just sees this puppy leaping at him and bounding and wanting to play. And, you know, Bud's blind in one eye, even though it doesn't really affect him, but we see it more now. And Morph has all this energy, but he won't play ball with us. He just wants to play with Buddy because that's all he knows. So, know where I'm going? Mark and I sat there having a chat, probably over some drinks, probably with my mom as well, because she was here at the time. And it was all about behavior change. What do we do to this puppy, or how can we train this puppy to achieve a gentle giant status? Not necessarily a gentle giant status. We want Morph to be Morph, but we want him to, we don't want him to be like Buddy. They're completely 2 separate dogs, but we want him to be trained, I guess. So be a little bit more polite to us and Buddy, to respect people's space. The biggest thing for me was not to go out the gate. So if we opened the gate, we didn't want him wanting to run away or wanting to go venture out or wanting to be that curious critter. So luckily my mom was here for 4 weeks and she helped us by keeping Morph on the deck, because our house is a high set house, so you have to go upstairs to get in. So mom would sit out on the back deck, because pretty much our back door is our front door, and she'd hold him, and Mark and I would be able to come and go to work like that. That was for 4 weeks. The 4 weeks worked really well. And then the next thing, like, that was kind of talked about, we implemented. The next thing was this jumping. Now, Morph's a pretty big dog. He's quite long as well. He's definitely longer than Bud. That means he can put his paws up on the counter. He can pretty much put his paws up on my shoulders, which is fine. I actually like it, but you know, if other people come here and they don't realize this is a dog's house, not a human's house, they might get a little bit annoyed or standoffish because he looks kind of scary. Hence one of the reasons we got him, because we're kind of not in the best area of cans, but it's also not the worst, so hey, whatever. I'm happy. This is my little piece of paradise. He's just over here sleeping. I'll just turn this around. This is what our mornings look like. So, wrong way. This is the boy. That's what Morph did last night to the floor with his toy when we were all just vegging out. So that's Morph on his throne. That's Buddy over here. And I don't know where Ruby is. She's had some treats this morning and decided to be sick. So I've had to clean that up. Heavy paper towels all around. And just cruising on into Tuesday. So we started to work with Morph to calm down. The jumping was quite easy. He was kind of, in the morning he has the most energy, and that's probably the hardest part, but we just don't give him the attention right away. Like, we get out of the cars when we come home, and although we want to run up to him, give him hugs and cuddles and kisses and "I missed yous," we don't. Like, Mark pretty much gets out of his car. If he gets home at a decent time when he can play with Bud and Morph in the yard, he says hi, but walks all the way upstairs, drops some stuff, probably gets a beer out of the beer fridge, and then goes downstairs. Once Bud hears the can open, the beer can or bottle or whatever it is, that's when he knows it's go time. Dad's home, we can play. But we try not to be too excited when we come or go, because then we don't want them to get anxious that we're not coming back, or they have to get too excited when we come home. So it's all these behavior changes that Morph is making. And even coming inside, like, oh my goodness, he did not know how to act inside. He was just so happy to be around us. He wouldn't settle. The puppy vibes, oh my goodness. And now look at him. I'm pretty impressed. He'll be 11 months old at the end of this month, and he's 1 at the end of next month. So for, a 10-month-old puppy right now, I have a handsome little man. I'm really excited because he's settled in so well. And although Mark and I sometimes are like, oh, puppy, stop chewing, stop biting, stop doing this. Like, when we take a step back and look at the grand scheme of things, even from where Bud was, Morph is doing amazing. Like, we take him to the park every weekend. I don't get my phone out for photos that I'd love to show because it's quite full on. There's water everywhere, there's puppies everywhere, there's dogs everywhere, there's people everywhere. It's just not a place that I can actually make some memories and share it around. But we're getting there because we're getting our routine on. But for 10 months old, he's doing well. He can be off lead. He doesn't go out of the gate. He's not jumping too much anymore. He's learning to play with Bud and learning to respect Bud's space. He's learning to play with us and what he can and can't do with us. And he's a chewer. All the chew toys in the world. If you have any extras, if you have any recommendations, like, send them my way, because what's on the floor there is the durable, indestructible dog toy. That's okay though. It was his toy to destroy, and it has taken him a bit. So I guess this talk, it's around all this behavior change and what you have to do to start wanting to change behaviors. And it's pretty much that it's a 3-step process if you kind of have been paying attention, or the story's great in itself. But to change this behavior, we had to realize what was going on, what we were currently doing, what we wanted to happen, and then make the small changes. Now, changes, Morph didn't settle in the house overnight. It was me waking up, taking him out all the time at first. It was him learning that he goes outside, not inside. It was him not settling at night and me always bringing him back to his bed without pets or cuddles and just saying, on your bed, on your bed. So now he knows where he can sleep. He's adventurous now. He jumps up on the bed. If there's a thunderstorm, he's like in between Mark and I. But he's settling into being with us, because it takes about 3 to 6 months for adopted dogs to do that, which is fine. And he's settling into himself as well. Like, he's still growing up, and we're still seeing this cheeky little personality. He's definitely a food boy. And it's really interesting to see as time goes by what he picks up really quickly. He's shaking now. He'll sit. The lay down's almost there. The rolling over is almost there. All this stuff, but it's taking time. So first we had to know the current situation, what we wanted to do. Well, like, look at the current, look at where you want to get to, look at the gap. Now it's the gap. It's the small changes. It was mom, going outside just to sit with him every day, and then, she'd hold him. The coffee machine is now moving this move. Anyways, at first she'd hold him, and then after a while she didn't have to hold him. He just stayed on the deck, and she just made sure that he was this thing. He was there with her. A little while after she left, and it was kind of walk out of the house, tell him to stay, walk down the stairs, be opening the gate, get in the car, and get that gate closed as fast as possible. Now we can actually get in the car, and he'll just kind of sit, chill out, and just watch us. And Buddy barks as we leave because he wants to play ball. All these different habits that they're kind of giving each other and playing off of, but it's all good. But it's figuring out that gap, and it's having the patience during that gap to test and tweak stuff. Morph, when he digs or when he chews things, he is a puppy. He's not perfect. When you try and show him what he did wrong, doesn't care. The tail's wagging. You can go as low of a voice as you want. Doesn't matter. You can give him a little smack, like try to stop the behavior and just get in there. Doesn't care. But that after the fact, like when he chews the chair outside, I know I've posted that before, I gather everything up, all the stuff he chewed off in my hand, and I go up to him and I say, "What's this?" Or I just do that look at him, and he'll just go into his crate. So he knows what he does is wrong, and it's finding all this out over time. So I guess there's the 3 things to do, and then the fourth thing that you must really take on board is patience. You have to really want what it is you want to achieve. You have to know that you can know in your head and your heart that you're worthy of achieving it, and then have the patience to keep going and going and going until it's there. So I hope this is helpful. The puppy story today of, training the patience, the needing to change stuff, having so many things go on at once. I stopped training Morph with the sit and the shake for a while because the getting to not dig, the the fence and just settling in the house and knowing what toys were him took so much time. So it's tweaking the behavior as you go, but knowing that you have that long-term goal that you want to achieve. I hope that's helpful. If you do want to get some help, I am here. This is what I do. Take Back Your Health starts on Monday. You can sign up. It's a free online 5-day course. I pretty much do a video like this every day, have a worksheet or something for you to do to action after, and it's just aligning what your goals are with what you're currently doing, with where you want to go, with what habits are in place, and figuring out that gap and figuring out the patience that you need and how to be able to have the patience for whatever length of time you need to achieve that goal. I hope that makes sense. Pretty much. It's a plan. You're going to come out with things to do and stuff to see and people to, hang out with, and in a fun, light way so that it's achievable, so that you're motivated, you're supported, and all that fun stuff. So Take Back Your Health. It starts Monday. Make sure you sign up. I'm going to be adding people into the group shortly. That's on my to-do list this week. And you'll also be getting a pre-work email, which is just having a look at what you're currently doing, essentially. That'll be going out before this weekend. So I believe it's scheduled in for Thursday or Friday because, you know me, I'm the planner and it's all set up. All right, enjoy your Tuesday. Go knock your goals out of the park. Remember you're worthy and you deserve whatever it is you dream of being. I will talk to you soon. Probably tomorrow, definitely tomorrow, and see you then.